The outdoor space is great.
All right, so we are back live, and we're talking about this huge win today that basically secured a home game on December 2nd in the SWAC championship for FAMU. And, this is not entirely perfect. Referees played a role in that. And the one turnover today, I wouldn't put on Musa. But overall, pretty impressed with what I saw today. You saw, again, more efficiency than what you've seen earlier in the season and everything, of course. So, as always, we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about a couple other things. We're also going to give a little update on this Alcorn Southern game that is practically pretty much over, and the road ahead for FAMU with these next two games and what they basically mean and why they still are very much important, and why this is basically now to the point where it's like you're tuning up for SWAC championship, and it looks like this is going to be a collision at some point with Alcorn from what this is looking like, honestly. So, don't go anywhere. Intro's next. We're going to talk about it. We're going to get into it. Ooh, let me fix that a little bit. There we go. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. We're going to get into it and everything. We're going to discuss it. And, oh my goodness, they tried Southern with that. Yeah, intro's next. Get comfy. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe as well. Don't go anywhere. All right, so let's go ahead and get right into it. So, obviously, on the day, Musa 14-27, 245 passing yards, 1 TD, 1 interception, as well too. Not the best day as far as rushing for Musa, negative 10 yards, but that's fine. As well too, your lead rusher today was Terrell Jennings, 8 carries, 40 yards. We had 3 different rushers score touchdowns today. You had Jaquez Yant, Kelvin Dean, and Kareem Burke all score on rushing attempts today. Kareem Burke's lone carry was that one carry, 26-yard TD rush. And then Kelvin Dean, 7 carries, 28 yards, 1 TD. Jaquez Yant, 9 carries, 24 yards, 1 TD as well. As far as receiving goes, Jeremiah Pruitt actually had a very good day, and he was very productive. And also, this was a game where Kamar Young didn't play, and you saw Jeremiah Pruitt step up right in the face of adversity. Or not in the face of adversity, but he stepped up at a key moment where he needed to. 2 receptions, 82 yards, huge impact in those 2 receptions. And then Marcus Riley also too, right from the get-go, even though we couldn't see it because it's poor quality from ESPN Plus. The deep bomb on the first reception, you basically one of his 3 receptions today for 71 yards and the 1 TD right off the bat. David Manigo as well, over 50 yards. You had 3 wide receivers go over 50 yards today. Jeremiah Pruitt, Marcus Riley, and David Manigo. You saw instances where they tried to get Jamari Shareed involved, and he just couldn't quite hold on to it. The 1 interception went right through his hands, but it's fine. It's correctable. It is correctable. Jamari Shareed makes those plays 9 times out of 10, so that's okay. Also, too, Musa had the 1 fumble today, but he didn't it didn't end up in a loss. Johnny Chaney also had a fumble recovery today, so it's not exactly all too bad. On Alabama A&M's side of things, you had Quincy Casey, who was 19 of 37, 280 yards, 2 TD passes, 1 interception. Xavier Langford left this game with a hand injury early, and I think honestly the best thing for Alabama A&M was probably, and I hate to say it like this, but Xavier Langford leaving this game with a hand injury, because I felt that, looking at how Xavier Langford was playing and how this defense planned to see Xavier Langford. You can tell they practiced it, they planned for it. They were bottling up Xavier Langford early. They were getting to him, they were flustering him, and they eventually knocked him out. But I feel like if Xavier Langford had probably stayed in this game, Alabama A&M probably doesn't score 28 points. They probably score maybe 2 touchdowns, but that's probably it. Because Quincy Casey probably does come in late. But the fact that Xavier Langford left this game with an injury, Quincy Casey comes in, AMU's defense probably didn't prep for him. He does damage. Understandable. It happens. As well, too, Donovan Eaglin, again, held to a low, less than literally almost right at 60 yards. 14 carries, 61 yards, 1 TD. Held Alabama A&M's rushing offense to 58 yards. FAMU's rushing attack itself had 107 yards with 3 less carries than Alabama A&M. Very impressive. But then at the same time, too, Alabama A&M, because of garbage time stats at the same time, 281 receiving yards as a whole. Jacoby Hewitt, 6 receptions, 98 yards, 1 TD. Keenan Hambrick, 6 receptions, 73 yards. And, it's fine. But, yeah, wow, awesome. So, basically going through the whole thing once again, Xavier Langford left the game in the first with a hand injury, and then right away you get after that a TD pass to Marcus Riley. The punt return by Lovie Jenkins off of a block, which was also huge. And then you had Alabama A&M go 21-0 on a run with Quincy Casey entered the game. Again, this defense probably prepped for Xavier Langford. It happens. But, it's time to just move on, focus on Lincoln now. This is a team that's going to be a team you should dominate and that you should blow out for senior day, and then, basically work out the kinks and stuff before you head to Orlando. And then a huge third down pass conversion as well in this game from Musa to Pruitt, set up a Kelvin Dean TD run. At that point, FAMU got the lead back 24-21. And then Cam Gillis after a 3-and-out, 27-21. You wanted to get a TD there, really. So I could honestly say we probably left 1 TD on the board, if I'm being real. Like, it should have been maybe 50-28 today, but that's fine. We see the capability of this offense, and we see what they're capable of if they apply it. It's just Alabama A&M's always a tough team. Low-key, it's always like a little bit of a challenge. It's always a dogfight. And then Yant, 2-point, and the 2-point conversion to Jeremiah Pruitt at that point made it 35-21. Kareem Burke's TD run made it 42-21. And then Eaglin scored on short yardage. That was the final score, 42-28. And then the Dark Cloud defense again rose to the occasion with a short field and got a 4-and-out and basically sealed this game. So with that being said, now, you're on to Lincoln. You're on to a team that, last I checked, is 0-10. I remember when the season started, I couldn't really find any stats on these guys. I don't even think they've honestly played a home game yet. From what I've heard, they're trying to expand their program. So, it's actually, let's try to find something on Lincoln right now. Because this is, like I said, this is a program that is trying to expand its footprint. Actually, they are on ESPN. They are called the Oaklanders. They are 0-10 currently, and they are actually playing Southern Utah right now. And, geez, yeah. Look, there's no reason, fam, you shouldn't blow this team out. Next week will actually be Lincoln's season finale. So there's no reason why, fam, you shouldn't blow this team out. This team has not won a game all season. This is actually pretty sad. Jeez. Well, Yeah, so we'll see. So yeah, if anything, if you guys got any questions as far as like today's game and moving forward, definitely drop them in the comment section and everything as well too. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Um, while I do wait for y'all to do that, I'm just gonna basically go back over keys to victory for today that I mentioned earlier today. So key to victory number one, stop the run, eye discipline. I can honestly say you pretty much did that. That was well perfected. You held Alabama A&M to 58 rushing yards. It was about what I expected. Quincy Casey got loose a couple times, but nothing doing, didn't cause too much damage. Stay consistent on offense. Yeah, you got a touchdown every quarter, but you kind of stalled out there in the second. So you want to be more efficient with that. But for today, I give it a B minus. I'll be generous with a B minus. And then also too, now, key to victory number 3 was, just stay focused. At times it felt like this team got out of an offensive rhythm. It felt like at times, even though defensively it felt they were trying to help Alabama A&M, but at the same time too, it's when this defense was asked and called upon to step up, they stepped up to the challenge. I give the defense kudos as far as staying focused. They fought through adversity. On the offensive side of the ball, they stayed focused, but you got to find a little bit more consistency for my liking, just a little bit more. Other than that, I'm pretty impressed with today overall. I can honestly say I'm overall impressed. Now, as far as, I thought they'd be back from commercial by now. I really thought they'd be back. Oh yeah. Okay. So as far as this Alcorn Southern game goes, right now it's currently 41-21. Alcorn seems like they're on their way with 12 minutes and 47 seconds left to go. And from what it looks like, they will be in the driver's seat. Interesting fact, Lincoln's basketball team is coached by Gary Payton, but that won't help them on Saturday. I did not know that. That's actually really interesting. I did not know that. That's actually pretty cool. I wonder what that's really interesting. But yeah, no, you're right. It definitely will help them, especially this is their season finale coming up. And, they're going to want to try to at least show up and show some fight or show maybe hopefully we can play with a couple of these teams and stuff as we're trying to build our football program. But honestly, this is a team where you have to go in there early, bury them, break their will, work out the kinks, and honestly get Musa in and out, do what you need to do offensively, do what you need to do defensively, get Murtovic some play time, and then, cruise into Orlando. For the first time I can only say, cruise into Orlando, because this shouldn't be a game where you play one half of football good and another half bad. This should look like the effort that you had on homecoming, but on steroids. That's what this should look like. There's no reason why FAMU should not 60-piece Lincoln next Saturday. There's really not. But speaking of that episode too, so that pregame episode will be likely on Friday night because of some unforeseen circumstances regarding that weekend. I received an invite to go to the Oklahoma State and UCF game in Orlando, so I will be in Orlando for that game, pending what time that game starts. But breakdown for FAMU and Lincoln will be Friday night. No worries. We're going to talk about it. We're going to preview it and everything. We're going to take care of that. That'll be taken care of. But there likely will not be a post-game reaction for that game on Saturday night afterwards. Also, let's see. I want to see Junior get some meaningful. Yeah, no, I do too. Because this likely, well, Florida Classic too. These two games are likely going to be, key in as far as seeing his development and growth throughout the season, especially at this point in November. So, I would like to see him, Musa maybe come in, throw 3-4 touchdown passes, get him out. Hopefully you can get him out as soon as possible. Hopefully Musa can throw 4 in the first half, which is what I'm hopeful of. And then maybe, you hand off the second half to Murtovic and let him just take you home from there. But it's time now to like start letting him get some meaningful snaps and some meaningful reps. And then at the same time, too, I have confidence that I think we will blow out Bethune-Cookman. So I think at the same time, too, it would be nice to see Murtovich get some meaningful snaps in the Florida Classic late in garbage time. So these are two games where if you're Murtovich, you're like, yes, I need these two games. Because looking at this Alcorn Southern game, I don't see the backups coming in. Alcorn looks pretty good. Do they look better? Do they look better than FAMU? No, not in my opinion. But they look good. Plus, I mean, they're playing at home, so they play a little bit better at home. But overall, they look like they're going to be the Western representative. And then plus Celebration Bowl comes around, Murtovich likely ain't going to play in that game either. So these next 2 weeks, pretty huge for Murtovich. So I would like to see him get quality reps. And then also, too, I will say, two guys in the secondary that have been playing exceptional ball so far this year and here recently as of late. Eric Smith and Lovie Jenkins, two guys in the last 2 weeks, especially last 3 weeks really, that have played really good ball. And I've been impressed with both of them from what I've seen. And even, too, I got to give credit today to, Javon Morgan, who came in exceptionally well. Great effort today. Had a key sack late in the game on a four and out that basically just killed any momentum of a Alabama A&M score that would have made it 42-35. And then, again, seeing Lovie Jenkins run back a blocked punt, and then seeing Eric Smith come up and make an impact these past 3 weeks against Texas Southern, and then again against Prairie View, and then again today. Those are three guys I'm very impressed with what I've seen so far in the secondary. And once again, of course, kudos to the secondary for getting their hands on balls and everything. It's 3 turnovers last week, and then you had another turnover this week. I believe it was only the 1 interception this week. So I was very impressed. And I like where the secondary is moving and, trending toward as we get towards the postseason. I've been very happy with it. And I think that momentum will continue. And I think right now you're looking at the best team in the SWAC wholeheartedly. And we're going to have some postseason football. We're going to be traveling after Thanksgiving, which is what I'm sure we've all wanted. And we've all been clamoring for, honestly. So with that being said, the floor is still open for questions. If not, might cut this short. Still waiting. But overall, if nobody's really got anything left to say, guess I'll just go ahead and wrap it up then. So as far as basically next week goes, as I stated earlier, FAMU versus Lincoln breakdown will be Friday night. And then, of course, same deal with the Florida Classic breakdown. That'll be the following Friday as well. So, keep your eyes open for that. And you'll see the little tickers on YouTube and everything to keep you updated. But as always, thank you for joining us this evening. I know this was a short little 20-minute video. But, as always, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow us on all of our social media platforms. Enjoy the rest of your college football Saturday. If you are driving home from Huntsville, be safe. And, make sure you join us again, Wednesday night for the Run and Gun podcast. Me and Ace will be back. We'll be talking about this one, putting it to bed, opening the book on Lincoln, and trying to find something on Lincoln as far as like what do they like to do. And also the fact that Lincoln is coming cross country to a different time zone. So that may play a factor in their performance comes next Saturday. But yes, folks, thank you so much for watching. And, we will see you Wednesday night.